Why you feel nothing, and your spiritual guide works with you anyway, even when you feel nothing. The first thing what I want to tell you is that when you think you are doing nothing, it's not that nothing happens. Because when you're going to sit in the power, like the spiritual meditation that I talk about a lot, when you're going to sit in this power, then the spirit make the connection with you. They work with you. They give you healing. They work with your spiritual energy. They give you spiritual growth. They make you spirit in your spirituality stronger and stronger, especially when you think nothing happens. But if you just can sit in this energy, then the spirit guides just will work with you. And they work with you again and again and again. And how longer you sit, the more they work with you. So, and you maybe think from, oh, this sitting is boring, nothing happens, I can't get my mind quiet, my thoughts come along and along and along. Like when I give an example of myself for my thoughts from, oh, today I brought my daughter to school, and do I need to go shopping? Maybe I'm not sure yet, but I only need a pillow. And do I need to pick up my daughter? No, my girlfriend does this. Um, uh, in meditation and sitting in the power, these thoughts are also the same. But what I can do is I can say stop. And what even works better for me than saying stop is saying, okay, thought, you can be there. Now I go on with sitting in the power. You are welcome to be there. And so this thought feels accepted. And when the thought feels accepted, I can go on sitting in the power. And sometimes I maybe have to say like 50 times when I'm sitting in the power. And sometimes I maybe have to say 2 times, and maybe sometimes I don't have to say it. But there are 2 ways that work very good. So what I also can do is like from I bring my daughter to school. I was sitting in the power. What you definitely never must do is be angry at your thoughts, because this won't help sitting in the power. Always be nice and sweet to yourself. Give yourself discipline, but be nice to yourself. Yep. And when you're sitting in this power and this all these thoughts can by in your brain, just say from, okay, you can be there, and going on, or say stop, but you're don't say from, oh, I'm in the power, so you need to be quiet. This will not help you. But when you are sitting in this power, and even when you have a lot of thought, the kite still can work with you, because you are sitting still, so they can work with your energy, even if you have a lot of thoughts. So there is always a bit of growth, but of course, when you can be more quiet in your mind, the growth will be bigger. But don't never be angry at yourself when you have a lot of things in your mind. Just sit more in the power, and then you will be better. The next thing that I want to say is maybe you want it too much. And when you're sitting in the power and you want to hear something from your spiritual guide, or maybe from even some loved one who passed away, maybe you want it too much. And because you want it too much, you push the energy too much. When you push the energy too much, it won't work. You just need to stay relaxed. When maybe a strange way to explain it to you, but when I go to like a car shop and I see a beautiful car that I want to have, and I kind of stand there like from, oh, I want this car, I want this car, give me this car, give me this car, give me this car. But then I see how expensive the car is, and then maybe I see from, oh, I cannot pay for this car, but I want this car, I want this car, I want this car so much. Then the thing I must know is that if I want this car so much, I don't have to be at the store. I need some way to make a lot of money so that I can buy this car. So I need to get some kind of job that makes a lot of money, or I should have a really good ID. And for me, I don't care as much about cars. It's always nice to have a beautiful car, of course, but for myself personal, the only thing I like the most about a car that it can take me more easy to another place, and that's what I love about a car. But some people like cars and they maybe think from, oh, I really want this car. But when you're standing at the store, and even when you're standing in the store and maybe you can not buy the car, if you kind of stand there every day and doing this, then I think the people of the shop do not really going to like you. But they will like you if you are in the store and then you go, oh, I'm gonna really work hard for this. I kind of think about a very good idea. And so within a couple of months, I can buy this car. Now, then I think they love you. But it's the same thing with sitting in the power. And the only the different thing is that the spirit will always love you, even if you go like, I want to make this contact, I want to make this contact, I want to make this contact. They love you too, but it won't help you to make this contact. What helps you more is sitting in the power. Sitting in the power makes you more relaxing. It makes the connection with the spirit guide easier. It makes the connection with the spirit, with people who passed away more easy. So give yourself time to relax. Give yourself time to sitting in peace with this. The third thing I want to say, I read some things down, so I need to read it. Yeah, by being in the power, it's the same thing like training for like a marathon, for like you wanna go running for. In Dutch, it's 42 kilometers, but in English it will be in miles it will be different. But I don't know how to change it. But like a bit less than 20 miles, I guess. I'm not sure. But if you want to run so far, even if you want to forget about what I say, if you want to join a running game and you need to run 20 miles for this, maybe you need to run 40 miles, maybe 30, doesn't matter. You cannot do this if you haven't practiced. You need to practice. And the same thing is with talking with the spirit. Because if you're going to run for 20 miles, even if you are by nature a really good runner, if you go running for 20 miles and you never train and you do a lot of games where you run for 20 miles, you get injured. And it's the same with mediumship. It's not that if I see the people around me, people who are not sitting in the power, they don't take the time to relax. They don't need the time for quietness. They don't need. They don't take the time to, be in the power with the spirit world. The thing that I see, they are, they have a little bit more fever, a little bit, maybe a bit, more pain in their body, maybe a bit more that they have like cold. And even though for myself, the times that I have a fever, or I have a cold, or I feel really bad, then I have had a very busy time, and then I still need to do my spiritual work because I have a lot of work in the Netherlands. And when I do the spiritual work, then and I won't sit in the power, I get tired. And if I'm then still going on and on and on, then the spirit will say, "Oh, you need to sit in the power. Oh, he's nothing sitting in the power." Then I have to be ill for like 1 or 2 days, so I need to rest. But if I'm sitting in the power, I'm already resting, and it's my practice. Like someone who wants to run 20 miles, he needs to practice. He needs to practice not to get injured and to get better results. And this is also very important, why it's so important for you to sitting in this power. Okay, the next thing why you maybe not hear from the spirit is that you are too busy. I think I'm going too fast. So what's really good for the third thing that I say about the running, about sitting in the power, like I told you in the other video, don't sit in the power and talk to your spiritual guides. When you're sitting in the power, just sit in the energy. And if you want to talk to your spiritual guides, it's very good to do, but do it immediately after you are done with sitting in the power. What I mean by this is when you're sitting in the power, You do something with your energy. Probably you make your energy bigger, and at the end you make you smaller. But when you're sitting in the power, then the spiritual world makes the connection to you, but they make it to you when the energy is really big. It's really wide. That's where they make the connection. So don't close the power off. Don't stop with sitting in the power when you want to talk to your spiritual guides. But if you want to make spiritual grow, sit 5 minutes in the power. Do some sitting for like 5 minutes in the power in a day, and talk after this 5 minutes, and then close the power. That's a very important thing to do in this way, because if you already close the power, then it will be difficult to talk to them. But maybe you're too busy. That's number 4, and it can be, yeah, in this time it can be very easy to be too busy, and too busy can already be in your mind. In your mind you can be too busy. And for me, I like to listen to very inspirational podcasts. I also like to, I love to hear comedians. And sometimes when I just do the house cleaning the house, maybe working with the dishwasher, uh, when I put the knives and the boards and the glasses in the dishwasher, then it's fair and also very interesting that I watch this podcast. And I don't watch it, of course. I listen to it and like the comedians, and maybe I've read a book, and maybe I did some work before, and then I go to on the bicycle just to my work. And when I'm on the bicycle to my work, sometimes I make the connection. Maybe you should not do this. It's not an advice, but because you are responsible for yourself, so maybe it's a bad thing to say. But I'm on the bicycle in very quiet places, and sometimes when I am on that quiet places, I make the connection on the bicycle with my spiritual guide, and I don't sit in the power, don't do meditation on the bicycle. That's very dangerous. But yeah, when you get more experience, you can also talk with the spiritual world without sitting in the power. When I'm talking to this spirit guide, sometimes they say, "Hey, Eric, you have been too busy. We're not going to talk to you. Your mind needs some relaxing." And that's very interesting. That's also a reason, because sometimes when it's raining really hard, I'm still and I'm on the bicycle. I listen still to the podcast or to some comedians or something, because I don't like to bicycle in the rain. But actually, they say to me from on the bicycle, it's your relaxing time. You should do nothing. And if you have a quite easy day, then we can talk to you. But sometimes they say, "Hey, you have been too busy, Erik," and it's no problem. But now we're not going to talk to you because your mind needs some quietness. So this can also happen with you, because you can also be too busy, and maybe that's the reason why you won't hear from your spirits. So that's also a very important thing, that sometimes they want to give you time to relax. Um, okay, the fifth thing that I want to talk about is the spiritual guide always bring you the message in different ways. When they talk about you, when they're talking to you, I mean, they can give you, when you have sit in the power and you make the connection to talk, then maybe they give you some advice. But also, when you talk to someone else, they will make a sentence in the talking with the other person, what is really inspirational for you, or just something you need to hear. Or you're watching television and they make the sentence in there. Or you're just going to in a store and you see something, maybe on a book or maybe somewhere else, what is just what the guide wants to say to you. Because they have a lot of ways to talk to you, and they always bring the message to you. Only in this way, you don't know when it's coming from your guide. Um, Something before I go to number 6, maybe you think that some people say mediums are born. I don't believe this. I'm not, for myself, I don't think this is true. Everybody must have his own way, but I don't think this is true. I have learned a lot of people mediumship, and almost everyone was possible for me to teach. At one person, it was too difficult for me, and I think it's a lot of years ago, and I think now even that maybe I can teach the person, yeah, mediumship. But for now, I know from the only way that this person learns mediumship is in the way of trance. But for mental mediumship, it's like mental mediumship is like I have here someone who passed away, and he showed me like his garden has a lot of grass, and there is a trampoline outside, and the trampoline was round and the color was red. Now, if everyone recognized this, that will be really good if this was already recognized, especially a red trampoline is very specific. Grass is good, but it's not specific enough. But this person who was talking to me has a lot of good evidence, and then I can work with what I want to say to you. So I say you recognize this. But this person what I talk about, for some people, it's not. It's too difficult to focus on two things together. So they cannot make the focus like behind and then the focus in front, because I need to check from, do you know this is true? Do you recognize this? And then they say yes or no. If they say no, it's no problem. But then I need to go back to the evidence and to the spirit and ask from, hey, what do you want to say? Because I think I don't understand, because the person who receives the reading don't recognize what I'm saying. Then the spirit gives me new evidence, but then I have to talk to you again. And for some people, just not a little far from, I teach really a lot of people, and it's really small the people who is this too difficult. But in a trance way, they just make the connection with the spirit, and then they only have to talk from the spirit. So I think even for them, there is a way. But I get distracted a bit in my thoughts. The thing that I want to say to you, some people think that mediums are born. What's interesting about the mediums that are born, I think they're more talented. I don't like the word gifted, because I don't like if God, of the creator or great spirit, how you want to call it, if they give us like from, oh, this is your gift, and this is your gift, and this is your gift, because that means that we are not the same. And I think we really are the same. We have the same talents. We have the same. Now we don't have the same talents. I think that's. But we have. We can do everything that we want if our body works. I mean, you can play. If you can walk, you can play soccer. And maybe you don't want to play soccer, but that's all right. But if you can walk, you can play soccer. And maybe you are really not good at soccer, but you can play. And if you play it a lot, you will get better at it. And it's also the same with mediumship. Everyone can make the connection with someone who passed away. Everyone with a normal mind. If someone have really I don't know the word. If someone have really like problems in their mind, not healthy problems, like they really don't they need to see a lot of doctors because their mind is not okay. I put it in this way to explain myself. I hope that I come on the word, but when I know the word in Dutch, of course, but I don't know the word in English for right now. But there's people, for them it's not good, because then they don't know from, hey, is this my illness? So they have illness in their brain, and if they have illness in their brain, they don't know from, do I hear the spirit, or is it my illness? If you have this kind of illnesses, then mediumship is definitely not good for you. But even those people, I think they can do it, but I think if they do it, it will be very dangerous, because they don't know which mind is talking to them. So that's why I think that these people don't need to do mediumship. I think it's very dangerous for them. But for now, so if you have this thing, then don't watch my videos. Just be with the doctors and try to be as healthy as much as you can. And I wish you all the health that you can have, of course. But for the rest of the people, all the people who are adult, that's also what I find very important, and not under influence of alcohol or something else like a drug or something, have, and that's also very important. Then you can do mediumship. I see that so many people will get better by sitting in the power and by practicing. And this is why I've learned that mediumship is definitely, for me, not the definite that mediums are born. The people who are having good experience without sitting in the power, these people aren't gifted, they are talented. Just like someone could be talented for playing the piano, or someone else by playing soccer, and someone else is a very good rider. And this is very interesting. But when I'm going back to the spirit world, everyone can make the connection with people who passed away, and it's just how many time and energy and you put into it, how more you get back, of course. How more information you are getting, how more training you do, how more books you read about it, how more you're sitting in the power, how better your mediumship will be, because you understand more, you know what you need to do, and it doesn't matter then if you are have talent or you don't have talent. But the persons who have talent and they won't sit in the power are already said that this they are very much times after they work, they are so tired, and it is because they didn't learn to sit in the power. They have like talent for running 20 miles, but they don't practice to run 20 miles. You know, this even for a running man, this is not good. You know that this is not good. So this is a very interesting difference between this. But this is just my opinion. You can find out for yourself how you feel about this. Number 6 is that you don't know how to feel yet. It's just like I said before. Maybe you're sitting in a power, but you don't know how to feel yet because you don't have had enough training yet. You don't have enough read enough books yet. Maybe you don't have enough inspiration yet. And this is just a way that people can need to be a little patient. And I have something interesting for you at the end of this video. If this is something that you know for yourself, if you notice for yourself from, I want to make the connection. Sometimes I'm sitting and I hope something's coming, but I don't know what I need to feel. I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know what I need. And this is what I'm going to talk to you in a couple of minutes. But first we go to number 7. And this is that you are too insecure. And this is also a very important thing, because if you are too insecure, then the spirit world can give you a lot of information. They can give you a lot of stuff. But if you don't believe that it is correct, then you never will work with it. And, you know, mediumship is like being a baby. A baby, when a baby is born, it lies on its back. And even if it wants to lie on its belly, you need to turn it over. After a couple of months, the baby will flip over by itself. So they can lie on the back, they can lie on the belly, and they just can turn and turn and maybe have a lot of fun with this. And then they, I think the English word is crawl, but then they're walking on their hands and knees. Then they do this for a couple of months, and then they learn to stand. And when they learn to stand, they come to walk, and they walk when they're holding the wall. But you know, with a lot of people who are insecure, but they are sitting in the power and they want to walk without the wall. They want to skip the year of the baby. And maybe they don't even want to skip the year of the baby, but they don't know that they still need to flip over. The first thing that they need to do is to practice. Definitely practice with something else is what helping them the most. Like trying from, hey, I make the connection, I just, so practice for free, yeah, of course. When you are practicing, always practice for free. When you are practicing, then it's interesting that you have maybe some evidence, but you are doubting really about it. But then you need to talk. Yeah, you need to talk from, hey, do you recognize this? Do you recognize this? And then maybe the other person says, yes, I recognize this. And then you know, after a couple of times, hey, now I'm the baby who's on my belly. So I'm ready for the next step. And this is what gives you, what gives you confidence. What makes you confidence. And confidence is very important if you want to be a medium, but also mediums are very insecure. I think that they are one of the most insecure persons of the world, mediums. But in mediumship, they will get confidence by practice and by just try to make mistakes. Because if you try, if you test yourself, it's maybe better to say, if you test yourself, then you say from, oh, hey, that's interesting. Right now I'm correct. And now I am wrong. Now, the last thing that I want to say about about these numbers is I have something very interesting for you. And you can click it in the comments. I will write it down in the comments. But when you watch the video, in the first comment you will see a link. Don't go to the link yet. Please let me first explain what the link is about. And this link is about a spiritual reading from your guide. Because I give spiritual readings in trance, and in this reading I will give you, now I don't give you, because the guide will give you, your guide will give you, not my guide, your guide will give you, they give you the advice about some things that in life for you right now. So maybe it will be spiritual advice, maybe it will advise about something else. But they just say where you stand and what you need to watch right now, what's important for you. Of course, you can do everything what you want. The spirit loves you. You can choose everything in your own way. But sometimes it will be nice to know from, hey, what I stand, what will be good for me. And they always love you, even if you don't listen, or if you think another way is better for me. It's no problem. They give you a meditation. And a meditation about sitting in the power, but a meditation that is good for you at this time. I can be honest to you, it's not that they make a meditation, this is especially for you, but there are so much meditations, and they give the meditation that works the best for you right now, at this moment. And they also going to give you the way that you lived with your spirit guide before, because you have reincarnated, and the life before you have lived with your spiritual guide. And when you have lived with your spiritual guide, they're going to talk about how you live together with them. And it will be on a recording, and this recording you will get by mail. By mail you will, after a few weeks, because I'm very busy sometimes. But after a few weeks, you will get in the mail. You get your reading with an you get in the mail the place where you can download it. It will be safe because only you can come there. So this is something you can do. If you think, oh, I want to know more about this reading, then just click on the link that I put on the the first comment here on YouTube. I wish you a very lovely day, and maybe you can feel for yourself, how do you get the information from your spiritual guides at this moment.